I'm Nancy Rathbun from Completely Quilted, and today I'm going to be demonstrating from our Festive Tulips block of the month, your block number 10. There are a lot of half square triangle units in this block, and they're all made the same way that we've been making them from the beginning. We're still going to draw our diagonal line, stitch 1/4 inch from each edge, and then cut those apart on that marked line. So I hope the blocks are getting easier for you. The steps and techniques that we're doing are pretty much the same. You may learn something new each time. In this month, we're going to make all these half square triangles, so it's important for you to count and make sure that you're not going ahead and sewing all of these. Some of these squares are going to be cut first. So I'm just going to stack those up and cut them from corner to corner. So they're going to be their own triangle unit that will be sewed together in a later step. Now they're the same size, squares and triangles, they just don't have a background piece sewn to them. You're also going to cut these tiny tulip squares diagonally in half also. They'll be part of our blocks as well. And all of these are going to be pressed in different directions. So some of them may be pressed, finger pressed still, towards the background, and some of them will be pressed towards the color, or the dark. So it's very important in this block that you're paying attention to how these are going to be pressed for you. So we're getting ready to start sewing these pieces together. We're going to start with the unit that is the dark green. So this unit starts with 2 of our triangles sewn together, our half square triangles, and then we'll go ahead and sew the triangle on the end. Remember, these are pressed towards the dark green, and this triangle is going to get sewn along this long edge. We'll make sure that this top edge is even here. 2 units so far that look like this. Okay, and you also want to notice that this green is pressed under, towards the background here. So then that would be the top row. The second row is just going to have 1 of our half square triangle units, and then we're going to sew another one of these triangles to the end here. This triangle is going to get pressed to the background as well. So now we have 2 rows here, and they're going to be sewn together like this. So you can see when we sew this together, you can see that all of our triangles are going the same direction, and we've got our 1/4 inch seam allowance here where we sewed these points. So the last triangle is going to get sewn to the bottom, one of these that we cut, and we just even that up with the corner here. So right here along this corner, this bottom corner here is where we line up, and it's going to hang off the edge here for our seam allowance. So that's what our corner units are going to look like. You'll make one of these corner units, 2 of these dark green corner units, and you'll make 2 that are the dark purple. So we'll have 4 units, 2 green and 2 of the dark purple. So now I have my 2 corner pieces, and we have those large triangles from when we cut our squares, and so these are going to get sewn together to create a square. And you'll make 2 of the green and 2 of the purple. So that's what my triangle looks like, and you're going to press the purple one towards the tulips, and the green one is going to get pressed towards the block, towards the piece unit. So they're going to be pressed in opposite directions. Now we have all those little half square triangle pieces, and now we're going to sew those triangle squares into sets of 3. Okay, so you're going to make 2 sets, and you need to follow the pattern instructions for pressing these and also the orientation of your half square triangles, because there's 2 different units. Those 2 are the same. Here we go. Here's a different one. So do you see how they're opposite? So you need two sets that are this way and two sets that are this way. You'll do that with the pink and the green, so you're going to have all of those together. So it's also important that you sew those the proper direction going on your green and your purple units. So here on my purple unit, I'm going to get a green, and I want to make sure that those are oriented the correct way. So my points need to be going out. That's the way they need to get sewn here. So that's the way that they're going to get sewn on my purple. And you're just going to need to pay attention, okay, when you're sewing these to make sure that they're going the right way for you. Now I have my corner units sewn with those little half square triangles on each side. That's going to be my green and my purple units here. And then I have the half square triangles going the opposite direction. They are going to be sewn here to the bottom. And we need to take that extra background square, and that's going to be sewn right onto the end of all of those. There we go. And that's going to get sewn to the top and bottom. So I'm going to finish these corner squares, and then we'll be ready to finish and complete our block. So here we have our 4 blocks, and they're completely opposite from each other. So we have purples and greens going in opposite directions with the green and purple around the outside. So I'm going to sew this together and add our star points, and we'll be done with block number 10. Nancy Rathbun, thank you for watching our block 10 from the Festive Tulips block of the month. I have my finished block here. I just need to add my star points. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for month 11.